Alright, so since I didn't really post for last night, I'm actually gonna kind of tie in Revelation 19, verses 17 through 21 into tonight's in a similar way, where we'll be in Revelation 20, verses 1 through 3. So this is really going to cover chapter 19, verses 17 through Revelation 20, verses 3. But basically, here we see the beast and its armies defeated and then Satan bound. With this, it says in the big, like talking about the first part where the beast and its army is defeated, we see that the birds are gathered to eat those who are of the beast, like who have accepted the mark, who have followed the beast, who worship the beast and the beast itself. So the beast and its army kind of gather to wage war on Christ, but instead is taken captive. And I don't know why. I feel like I had a for that, I kind of said, our sin holds us captive. Um, just as Christ can, take the beast and hold it captive. In that, we can be held captive by our sin. But that's, that gift of Christ that allows us not to be held captive by our sin if we choose to believe in Him and follow Him. The beast and the false prophet are cast into the lake of fire and sulfur. So, that's just showing their defeat. They're being cast into the lake of fire and sulfur, which we can say that's actually going to be hell. And then everyone else was killed by the sword that came from the mouth of the. What did I write there? The rider, yeah, because the previous one, the rider on a white horse, in it said a sharp sword came from his mouth. So everyone else is going to be killed by the sword that comes from the mouth of the rider of this white horse. And then we'll get into Revelation 20, verses 1 through 3, Satan bound. So an angel comes down from heaven and has a key, and with a key to the abyss, which is hell, and a chain which he'll use to bound Satan and chain him up and throw him down into the abyss. It says for about 1,000 years, but he's going to close it behind him. So for 1,000 years, Satan's going to be thrown into this abyss. It's going to be sealed so that he can no longer, torment the nations or deceive the nations. But after this 1,000 years, whether it's literal or figurative to something, it says that he'll be released for a short time. But that's all we're going to have for tonight. That was tying in last night since I missed it with tonight's. But again, that's all I have. So good night. Love you guys. Jesus loves you. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.